And we're back in the attic.
It's a pleasure to be here, Dan.
Oh, there's Danny.
Awful. Just awful.
Oh, Charlie's here with us tonight.
Thinking about hanging myself.
No lifetime guest.
Did you watch Mad Men?
Yeah, no lifetime guest.
Oh, come on, man.
What?
Eventually I'm going to catch up, all right?
Spoilers.
Never,
Spoilers.
never.
Eventually I'm going to
Spoilers.
catch up.
Well, you've
Spoilers.
seen one guy hang himself in Mad Men.
I did?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously he doesn't watch Mad Men at all.
My question is.
I watch it sometimes.
My question is.
Wait, no, I want to know. Who hung himself?
No, I can't tell
Theon-
you. haven't even met the character yet.
Theon Greyjoy hung himself.
No, he didn't hang himself.
No.
He hang little kids, though.
Oh,
Hung,
all right.
hung.
All right, hold on. Let's go to it.
Oh, Danny, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, tonight we are talking about the season finale of season 2 of Game of Thrones, which actually had its best ratings yet, so it's never going to get canceled. No, I don't know. Who knows? They'll probably surpass the books, though. But we're going to be talking about that episode of Valgar Morghulis is the
How much?
episode title.
Wait, how many more ratings did it have than
I don't know. A couple million more.
couple million? That's kind of a lot.
No, there's maybe a million.
It's kind of weird, though. Like,
5.1 million.
I mean, that's such a show that you can't come in, like...
What
at-
show?
Game of
Thrones? No, you can't.
And they have, like, more viewers at the end.
Dude, I was talking to a guy at work. He's like, "Oh, I was watching it a little bit. The one episode where there's something happened, and I hate everybody in that show. They're all awful people." I'm like,
You talking to people at work?
Yeah.
I thought
No,
you
they're
had-
not all awful. That's the problem.
know.
Is you can't really come in because you can be like everyone's an awful person. It's like no, you just have to.
More or
There's
less.
reasons for why people are
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
I mean, everyone has, like, a dark lying thing.
Hey, listen.
darkness
One of my
in their
favorite
heart.
lines of the whole season, or the whole show, was the last line that Tyrion the Imp had in that episode, in the episode 10.
What was it?
When the
The fresh maker.
do they still need to change it?
Oh,
Do
and
they
he's
need to
talking,
change
he's
their-
talking to Shay, and he's like,
Totally.
"I
Yeah.
like doing this. I'm good at this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those bad people I talk to, and I can outsmart them or something like that. And
Yeah.
he's like, I like this.
All right, we'll get into that. But all right, and then after that, we're gonna be talking about Mad Riders, an Xbox Live Arcade game from the makers of what's that zombie game that came out? Zombie Island. What is
Oh,
it?
Dead Island?
Yeah, Dead Island. It's actually the same developer as that.
Oh,
Tech
really?
Clan. Yeah, which is weird. But so we're talking about Mad Riders, which is $10 on Xbox Live Arcade right now. It's actually pretty fun.
They're
But we'll
making
get
another one
into
of
that.
those, aren't they?
I have no idea. Oh,
Yeah.
Zombie Island, Dead
Yeah,
Island.
Dead Island, yeah.
Probably it sold pretty well.
Yeah.
Also. And then we're going to be talking about Snow White and the Huntsman, which was number 1 at the box office, 50 million over the
Yeah,
weekend.
It's
So
not too bad.
it did okay for it, not gangbusters, but it was
Not
number
too
1.
shabby.
Yeah, it beat out Men in Black, which was number 1 last weekend.
That's
You
not
You
that
know what
surprising.
though? No, you know what though? Hey, Men in Black's sitting at like a 69%.
And the Huntsman's
It's fresh,
at 49.
and Huntsman's 49 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not that bad though. That's like 1 off from being fresh, I think. Was it? Or maybe it's 60.
I'm not saying it's bad, but he's like, that's not surprised that Men in Black did worse than Huntsman. Like,
Well-
Men in Black's actually a better movie, as so say the critics.
Yeah. All right, and then
Plus, Men in Black is the third in a trilogy. You know, like it's
I wouldn't
not
call it a trilogy. I just call it a third movie in a series.
of
is it-
movies. Like I don't whatever Danny's saying right now.
a trilogy is like it has a set through storyline. Like these are kind of like installments that could go on, and there's no real. There's
Okay,
no
so it's
real
like
follow through.
so it's like a police academy or something like that.
Yeah, or like a Lethal Weapon type thing. Like they could just keep making them.
Yeah.
Where it's not like one
And it-
story that just needs
yeah.
to carry out into like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars, which is the same story being carried out through a series of movies.
Yeah, and it took 15 years, but it took 30 years in between Star Wars or whatever. 20. I don't know. Whatever. And then after we talk about Mad Riders and Snow White, we're gonna be talking about Legend of Korra, the new episode, which I liked. Kimmel, I know you liked.
Yes.
There's a lot for Kimmel.
Actually, I
liking
got
the
to watch
episode.
it in good quality this week.
Oh, was it on demand or your TiVo work?
It was on
Whatever.
Nick.com.
Oh, it's up already.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
like, come on.
Check it out, kids.
Check it out.
All right, and then we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Young Justice Bloodlines, which
Yeah.
Kimbo watched.
And we won't be talking about it, but I watched Bratman. It's Bratman. He's a brat to everyone. That's a super.
And
Batman,
he's
Brady
in
from
there.
the Bold.
What is that?
It's cartoon that they did for
Fucking
3
cartoons
seasons or
are
whatever.
gay.
Yeah,
Cartoons are homophobic.
it's like a lighter, campier version of Batman, and as Diedrich Bader from
This is on Cartoon Network.
yeah, it was on Cartoon Network. It's actually pretty funny, and they go really deep into like C, D, and like F list characters. Yeah, there's no F list, but you could call them that because they go.
Oh yeah, they go really
up there.
deep.
Really.
When you have
Really deep in my colon.
When you have Manabats in an episode, that's pretty deep. And the Clock King. Clock King's awesome.
And all those different Batman.
Yeah, the League of Batman.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Charlie's gonna leave for the Cora and Young Justice though, but
probably we'll see.
well, let's get into.
You guys want to talk about Max Payne? Played like 9 hours.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a lot for you.
I'm almost done, actually. Real close.
Really?
Yeah, I got 3 chapters left.
So is the story really
no.
engaging?
Hey, can we save that for Sunday? I think Sandy has it too.
Yeah, I'm sure Sandy's beat it by
We
now.
talked about it last
Yeah.
episode.
'Cause he was-
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
just
okay,
briefly.
okay,
Sandy
okay.
was way further ahead of me when we talked about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it Sunday when Sandy's here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I should
wait.
have it beat by then, hopefully. I hoping.
If you have it beat, give it to me. I'll play some.
No.
Why?
I want to give it to you if I beat it.
There's multiplayer.
That's
too.
fine. Yeah, and then I'll just beat it and
You
come
can't-
talk to you.
You can't play the multiplayer.
Well, not with you if you're gonna give it to me.
I want to play it, so I should
Alright.
check out the multiplayer. All right, Game of Thrones.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones. What did you guys think of the episode?
Sucked.
Your false sarcasm is just really great.
I think it was the worst one ever.
It might have been the best episode of.
I was happy.
Know.
I was happy it was a little bit long.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I'm like, how are they gonna fit in everything? How are they
Yeah.
gonna fit?
Oh, you
And
didn't
then
know.
it kept going.
So you didn't
Yeah.
know. I knew because I watched it recorded.
Oh, all right. That makes sense for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like,
Because it was like an
there's
extra.
so much more.
It was like an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, because they go to Jon Snow with like 5 minutes left in the episode. I'm like, how are they gonna do this?
Yeah.
Because I read the description. It's like John does something for Oren Halfhand or whatever, and I was like, how are they gonna get? Because I read the book, so I knew what was happening.
So did they
Yeah.
cover the end of the second book?
Yeah, and they've spilled in a little with like the Breen and Jaime Lannister stuff. That's book 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not.
And actually,
They
the
didn't
wedding type thing happens off screen, but it's a little book 3, book 2 middle. area.
that seems so fast for like.
What, Rob to get married?
Yeah. There's like just 1 minute they're like just slightly talking, then the next scene they're they're having sex in his tent, and then bam, they're married. I'm like, whoa.
It happens fast.
That-
Rob is an honorable man. He takes her whatever. I don't know.
That did just kind of happen randomly. I agree with that.
It was so fast. Like I think that should at least happened in the 3rd season.
or something, or they give like it just.
Oh, they wanted to finish the story.
No, but like I understand, but all of a sudden it was just like, and do you take her? And it was like, whoa, like there should have been some build up.
well, there was the build up when he was talking
Talking to
with
his
mom.
mother, that was episode 9, wasn't
his
it?
mom
Yeah.
like, you have to honor your obligations.
No, that was this episode.
Oh,
it was
this
at the
is
beginning.
this episode.
It was at the
yeah.
beginning.
God, there was so much in that episode.
Yeah.
It was jam packed.
Okay, I have a question for you. What episode did you like better, 9 or 10?
9.
Okay.
I thought 9 flows better as an episode, and I the Daenerys stuff just doesn't seem to fit at all in like the flow of the story in
Yeah.
the episodes. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they should just like do separate episodes with Daenerys.
Did
and
you
we'll get, like,
did
a
you
separate one.
did you unlike the Cast of Thrones there or whatever? Is it
The
Cast,
podcast,
Yeah.
Cast of Thrones.
Cast of Thrones? I think what they said would make it interesting is to do like do like 2 or 3 episodes just on Daenerys and do like how the books came out, because like they started to just each book was on each individual person, wasn't it?
No, each chapter is on an individual, and then it hops around. But they start to kind of break them up, because in the latest 2 books, they were actually one book, and then they were
All
split.
right, that
into
doesn't
2.
matter though.
So like it's more on one section,
Yeah.
and you don't hear about other people for a while, and then they come back in. So it
Yeah.
kind of leapfrogs.
Yeah.
A
So
little
would
bit.
you rather see like just one full episode of Daenerys, then one full episode of like Rob, one full episode of like Winterfell, one full episode of like
those would work? But the only problem is, like, I feel like if you did the Daenerys stuff like that, it would feel really rushed. Like you'd get far along in the story with
Even-
them too quickly.
Oh,
But
so you
like
think
when
that-
they scatter it like this, it feels like more time is passing. You know.
I agree. It does feel like there's more time passing, but they could do like that, little monologue.
Yeah, because like see, episode 9 though was completely one area, and that's I think one of the strongest episodes they've had this season at least. Because I mean, season 1 had a lot of good stuff, but like that is like almost like a TV movie almost. That last episode, and it was perfect. Like if you didn't watch Game of Thrones at all, you could watch that episode.
No, that was good, but that that was more or less all hubbed around King's Landing.
I mean
that was almost the whole episode all on King's Landing.
Yeah, and sort of big things like that. I think it would work out better, but also you don't want to lose threads of other stories. Like if you did it that way,
I see.
It's a difficult balancing act, and they've done pretty well so far, except for the Daenerys stuff. I just feel is sort of tacked on, but I never liked it in the book either. I would always want to skip that and get into like the whole Westeros thing because that's where the action is.
She does seem kind of thrown in there. Like at the in season 1, she was a lot better when she was with
Yes.
What's his name?
Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she seemed more interesting, played more of a role than, and
it also played in with what was happening in Westeros because there's the attempt on her life,
right.
And then like Viserys was always talking about wanting to go over and conquer Westeros. Like we got more interaction between that area and the main plot.
Well, I agree with you that her stuff did seem like, hey, don't forget about her.
Yeah.
It was just like hey, here she is. Make sure you don't forget about her. Until episode 10. I thought episode 10, her storyline was awesome. I thought everything that involved her in 10 was awesome.
I mean, it was cool.
I like the part where Xaro Don Zaxos, like he was like pretending to be rich.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then they open up the vault, it's empty, and then she just shoves him in there with like her handmaid that was sleeping with him.
Yeah.
And then they just have to die in that cell now.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Daenerys, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I mean, that was cool. And then like when she got chained up and the dragons burning on
the dragons actually look pretty good too.
Yeah, definitely spent all the CG budget on the last two.
One episode just on the.
Yeah,
because we didn't really see the dragons.
No, I'm
before
saying
then.
like because even like that part where like they first show her and it was like her and that guy and he's following her around the building and then he just loses her. Like that whole part I thought was cool.
Oh, really? I totally saw that coming. I'm like, as soon as she's walked out of there, she's in there. You didn't see that coming?
No, I thought maybe you were gonna see like the other guy like appear.
No.
And something happened.
Crazy
to her.
wizard come in there.
Like okay, maybe I did see her being in there, but I actually didn't assume that's what it would jump to. I assumed like that.
Yeah, I totally knew it was gonna jump to that. I don't know why, but I just did.
I thought it was gonna jump to like the undead guy, like staring down the other guy, being like, you don't know where she is. Like now he has her or something like that. I don't know.
I thought that was
Undying.
Whatever.
Nick brought this up. He kept saying undead in the last a couple episodes ago.
I thought it was interesting that he could die from being burnt but not stabbed. Like, why couldn't he like transport his body?
Well, the thing they were talking about is like the dragons heighten their magic.
Yeah.
So like possibly since it's dragons like doing it, it's such a magical creature that they didn't have a way of fighting against that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess maybe.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Drogo showing up was pretty good too.
Yeah,
that was
liked
a really
that
great
part.
scene.
Yeah.
That's not in the book either. So.
Oh really?
Oh, wow.
It's cool to get that.
Yeah, some things they added that's not in the book is definitely like been good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
a lot of what they add.
What book did you read?
I listened to other.
Stop it! Just stop it, Danny. You are Danny Jr. now.
Why?
Danny Jr.
Because all you're talking about is crap you heard in a podcast.
It's interesting though.
Form original thoughts.
They are original. They're just influenced by other facts people bring.
Jesus.
I wanted to know your guys' opinion on it.
Well, I don't know what's not in the book and what isn't. All I know is what's on the TV show, and what's on the TV show is awesome.
Well, why
But
don't
what
you
people
expand your
tell
mind
him-
a little bit?
What people tell him about the book is different, and he enjoys that they're doing that.
Yes.
He heard about it and he enjoyed it.
Yes.
Anyway,
I read an article instead of a podcast.
Anyways, my favorite part of the episode though is Theon. I thought the whole Theon storyline within this episode was great because they showed actually they like pretty much spelled out like his character and why he did what he did between like being a prisoner and having people always tell him how lucky he is to be a prisoner and then going home and being rejected and how that just messed with him, and then also how he felt like when he's always talking about how great Winterfell is and how much it meant to him living there, and that would be why he'd want to take Winterfell, opposed to like everything else in the north. He went for Winterfell because that was his home, and he wanted to be back home, but he couldn't go back home back to the Starks, so he tried to take it, which was great.
Yeah, and then he said, "I've gone too far," like the whole pretending thing.
Oh, that was awesome when Lewin was saying like, "You're not this man." And he was like, "I know I'm not, but I have to keep pretending."
Yeah, he's like, "I've gone too far to stop pretending" or whatever.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think of when he's giving the speech, and then like it's all like, "Yeah, we're going down in history," and then the guy just whacks him back on the back of the head? What did you guys think?
I was surprised. I was totally surprised by that.
Right, I was too.
I thought for sure that they're all gonna go in there, fight and all die,
Yeah.
or he might lived and got brought back to Rob.
Yeah. That's the best thing about this show is that it circumvents like what you expect from like a fantasy type series like that. You expect them all to make this heroic last stand, but it just ends with him getting knocked out and then dragged away with a bag over his head. And then Lewin ends up getting stabbed.
Yeah, I don't understand why he had to get stabbed though, because I like him.
Because none of the Greyjoy guys, they didn't like him. They're like, whatever. What are you doing over here?
Yeah,
Stab
you
him.
old guy.
I thought it at first. I thought it was because of that horn blowing.
What?
Like the horn that was blowing, and he kept freaking out about it.
And he's like, and whoever kills that guy with the horn is getting a bronze statue on top of
fucking kill that guy. I thought because they said there was like a war coming or whatever to them.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought when he died, I thought it was like an arrow that hit him.
Oh.
From like
where?
the other troops. I don't know. I just
just came out of nowhere. Like it went directly up over the.
You didn't see him get stabbed by the spear?
He didn't get stabbed. He got bashed on the head. They put a bag over his head and dragged him away.
Yeah, no.
Theon.
He was talking.
Oh,
about,
you're talking about Lewin?
Or are you talking about Theon?
Yeah, I thought I was talking about Lewin. Sorry, my bad.
That's what I thought.
So do you think he got dragged back? Do you think he's gonna take him back to the Iron Islands?
No. Why would they take him? Actually,
he's not.
Why would they take him back though? I mean, I'm sure they would have gave him counsel like, "Hey, let's get out of here, or let's run away."
You think so?
I think they're gonna ransom him. Like, what was the deal that Bolton was talking about with Rob?
Who's Bolton?
Bolton was he's one of the lower houses under Stark, and he's talking, "Hey, my son can take care of this."
Yes.
So he's like, those guys can all go home, but Theon, I want his head.
So you think he's gonna trade Theon to Rob for like?
Well, I think that's what the Greyjoy guys were gonna do. At least that would what would make sense with that.
What do you think, Charlie?
Well, I actually thought he was dead, so I'm a little confused.
You thought Theon was dead?
Yeah.
Dude, why would they put a sack over a dead man? Like, I don't want to look at this dead man's face. They put a black sack over his head.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking about it.
Are you even watching the show?
Wow.
What show are you watching?
That's a wow. Okay. That's a whole new thing being brought.
That's cool. I found the scene with Bran and Lewin when he was dying. That was really touching. Got me deep inside.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew he was dead, and I knew like that he got speared by them.
Yeah,
that's when I figured out it basically was their own men. Was when because they like after that they turned and killed him too, right?
Yeah.
See, I didn't think he got speared. I thought he just got like hit in the gut, and then once he
it was a good speech though. He waited to the end at least.
Yeah, it was a good speech. I didn't want to finish.
Emmy for Theon's.
You think so?
Maybe supporting Emmy for that episode, because you can use that episode, and actually you'd use the last episode for Tyrion to get an Emmy. I think you'd get it for the last episode.
Really?
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Wait, for the 10th episode?
Well, Theon 10th episode Emmy, and then
Tyrion 9th.
Yeah, Tyrion
episode
9.
9. Oh,
yeah.
He was awesome.
He was awesome.
Oh my god, that episode was.
I think it's interesting though that Tyrion got stripped of all of his powers and stuff.
Yeah, how he just gets forgotten like that.
He's like totally like nothing. He didn't get mentioned like for like because he like. He
pretty much helped save the city.
Yeah, because if they didn't come out there, they probably would have been fucked.
Yeah, because they were like battering down the doors at that point. They would have busted in and like took over part of the city, and then like you can't run horses through part of the city like that.
Right.
So like Stannis' men would have a better chance of winning.
So didn't you think it was disrespectful for Tywin to walk through the king's hall on his horse.
Yeah.
That means, like,
well, he also let the horse
take a shit in there.
Yeah, right in the front door. And then
Yeah.
he's like, yes, king.
But I mean, that was like extremely disrespectful. But I think that was done on purpose, though.
Yeah, well, Tywin is very, very much about, like, when he was talking to Arya a couple episodes ago, and he's talking about, like, how his father ran their house into the ground, and he's, like, trying to restore their honor. He's all about being the highest honorable, well, not honorable, but the highest, like, highest known house. It's like,
Well, they pretty much are.
yeah, especially now that they're teaming up with the Tyrells. I mean, there's pretty much no one who can, like, deal with them.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, Winterfell's burnt to the ground.
Right.
But then we also, what did you think of Joffrey getting rid of Sansa there?
That was interesting. I liked that. I mean, it was just an interesting twist.
Yeah, he's so, like, when he saw Marjorie, he's all, like, excited. He's like, ooh,
I'm
how
not.
do I get this one?
Yeah. I mean, I applaud him for that.
Yeah.
But,
then
you know
Sansa's
what?
all happy, and then
Yeah,
that
Peter Baelish,
just
little finger like
drops
that.
it on her.
See, that's the only thing I took out of that scene was the Peter Baelish,
Is awesome.
Sansa like conversation. Cause like the king got rid of her, but I didn't take anything away from the king and her uniting. I don't know why.
That unites the two most powerful houses in all of Westeros.
Does it?
Yeah, Tyrell is like right in the middle, and their Highgarden is they're like
House
their name,
Tyrell.
and they're really
okay.
wealthy and right in the middle of the country, and then Lannisters over off to the side, and they've got so much money. So you put those two together, I mean, and then Stannis just got his butt handed to him. So
I'd be interesting.
Okay, yeah, but I took out of the Peter Baelish thing. But you know what it's all about. I mean, it's because she's, what's her name's daughter.
yeah, Catelyn thought he even
Yeah.
says so much.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
you look just
basically-
like Cat when she was young.
Wow, why do they have to so strong like is anything gonna come from that bald dude being a child like a dude who loves little boys? Is anything gonna come from that or
Not a child diddler. Everyone just keeps saying that because he has no wiener.
he doesn't have one?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
When he's an eunuch, that's what it means. And then when she reached down and there's nothing there, it's like, don't worry, there's nothing there that will frighten you. When he's talking to the
Roz.
Oh.
He's talking to Roz.
See, I didn't get that
yeah.
whole thing. I missed it.
like talking to you with this episode, it's like, how many people watch this show and don't get half of what is going on?
Kinda, yeah.
Because
Kimball would be part of that if you didn't listen to the other podcast.
It's not true. I didn't get to listen to that podcast for this episode yet.
Oh.
yeah. So what are you gonna?
Yeah.
do with
What
that?
now? What?
I don't know why.
Did you know Roz isn't in the book? She's totally made up.
I don't care who's in the book. We're talking about the book.
Totally a prostitute made up for the show.
Total, but she's
but-
totally necessary though for
See,
the show.
I thought it was
She's
just
a good way to thread.
Yeah.
see
character
the way
through
my mind
everything.
works is he was just limp.
No.
and wouldn't
no.
get hard. I'm sorry.
Did you not wonder why everyone calls him an eunuch? Or when Peter was talking to him in season 1, where he's like, I wonder what you keep between your legs or
Yeah.
something. It's nice to know someone wonders about that, and they had that little exchange.
I don't remember
you-
now.
You don't remember that?
No, I
That
don't
was
remember now.
that was one of the best word sparring I've ever seen on TV. They're
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
going back
I
and
know
forth.
about this and
Yeah,
this, but
yeah.
you know about this.
That was-
I
that was a good
know. That was
episode.
awesome.
Oh yeah, him and Littlefinger. That was very good. Peter
You
Baelish.
barely remembered it. Don't agree.
Did you? So I'm interested to see though next season how the king treats his new queen.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that because hopefully, well, what they
I mean,
need is his mom to be like, "Hey, don't screw this one up. You screwed up the last marriage."
I really want to know though, like how much power is he gonna let her have? Like how much say?
None.
Yeah, well, it's. But I mean, Loras will be around there too, so he'll look after his
See, the
sister a
only
little bit.
I don't think he'll let her have any power, but I don't think he'll treat her the way he treated.
I don't know.
Probably not treated as poorly.
No, he won't like torture her the way he tortured her, but she won't have much say. He'll just be more of a toy, but a toy in other ways, if you will. Because like that was the best way. Who put it that way? Peter Baelish.
When he was talking to Sansa, he's like, "Oh, he's gonna keep you around."
Yeah, he doesn't just throw his toys away or something like that. Yeah. Which and I think that was a perfect way to describe it. Is that's what she's gonna be? She's gonna be a toy, but she won't be one to, stick a crossbow in her face or something like that. Maybe just have sex with and do some stuff like that.
Not someone to chop off their head and say, "Hey, that's your dad." Hey,
I mean,
how'd
I
you
don't
like to go up there.
I mean, I don't think. What's her name? The new queen?
Cersei.
No, the new one.
Oh, Marjorie.
I don't think I think she's more.
Smarter.
She's definitely smarter, but I think
she's more well versed in political maneuvering.
Yeah, but I think she just more wanted the title as well too.
Oh yeah.
She just wanted to be called the queen.
Everyone wants to be queen.
That's kind of obvious.
All right.
I know.
That goes back to when she was with the other dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just reiterating the point.
Okay, I'm
At
just
least
saying.
he was watching the show.
I was
Okay,
just saying, I don't know how much, I want to know how much she's going to influence him, but I don't know how much she is because more or less I just think she just wants to be a queen.
Well,
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that more or less she wants to be? No, it's there's not more or less
You don't but I'm
but
saying
he's not saying
I want
he
to
doesn't know how much she's gonna whisper in his ear and be like,
Right.
"Hey, you should do this." Like how much power she's gonna have over him because in most relationships, the women have the power to a degree. I mean, they're the ones raising the kids, looking after the kids, so you can't just
Right. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So, all in all, it was a great episode, though.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But
Christ.
why would you? So what? Do you
All right.
think she just?
We're not talking about this anymore. All right. Let's finish off with the
What?
North.
No,
What do you guys
what the
think at the end
hell?
of the
What?
episode, though?
What the hell?
All
The,
right,
the end of the
again.
episode was awesome.
Yeah, that's the worst type of cliffhanger though. Like there's this big battle about to take place and we're just stuck watching this huge
I
zombie
actually
horde.
today I talked to my uncle while I was working. I was like, "You watch Game of Thrones, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But I jumped the shark for me. Once the zombies came out, jumped the shark."
They
That's
were
so
in the
weird.
first episode of the show though.
Not really.
Yeah. What were those things in the first episode of the show in the first 10 minutes that killed the dude and caused
But
him
you
to
didn't.
run?
But that was the point. You didn't know. You never really saw them. That was the point. Is like
there
you
was
were-
dead things that they killed and then they started walking again. I mean, zombies.
No,
They
dude.
already knew what you were getting into.
No,
And
it was-
besides,
it
one
was
of-
not zombies.
one-
I
dude,
didn't
one
think
of
they
the
were
bodies. They found the bodies and then they brought them back, and one tried to kill
I'm
Lord
with-
Mormont in charge of the Night's Watch,
I'm-
and John killed him. That was a zombie.
I'm with Charlie on this one.
What?
Yeah.
Were you guys not prepared for this?
No, I mean, when that first episode,
But
you just thought it was the White Walkers.
That's what. They
That's
were.
what White Walkers
Yeah,
are. They're
but-
zombies.
but
But
this
I
is-
didn't think that would be a zombie.
Yeah, that's like all.
Why did I think it was gonna be? Why would you
Yeah.
just immediately go bam zombie?
Yeah, you have no reason to go zombie.
Oh,
What do you
some
mean?
shadowy
It's a
figure.
walking. No, there's the episode where they bring the dead bodies back to the Night's Watch, and it wakes up again, and John throws the fire on it and saves the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
That's fine.
They brought
No,
out bodies.
and I-
Bodies waking up and walking. This is the first season, and then it jumps the shark for you when you see a bunch of these zombie creatures show up.
No,
that's what
no,
jumps
no.
the shark.
See,
That
no,
doesn't make
stop,
sense to me.
stop. If you listen for 2 fucking seconds, dude.
Yeah.
Because listen, that doesn't mean they are all the White Walkers are zombies.
All
Just
right,
because
maybe
these
we yeah,
bodies-
but we
because
also don't know.
There's so much magical power in this show. There's dragons. There's like the fucking smoke monsters. There's magic about in this show, in this story. So just because these things got up and turned into zombies, I won't disagree with you. These dead bodies turned into zombies doesn't mean everything else is that. Maybe the things that ate them or did whatever to them were just White Walk. Like I
Okay,
thought,
hold
what
on,
I thought
wait,
they were
wait,
going to be
wait,
was
though.
Yeti things, and maybe these Yeti things have some power that they bring them back and turn them into their army.
Okay, then this is their army. There could also be. We don't know if there's something controlling these things. There could be something controlling these things, and we don't know what it is. But they're just more of zombies that we already heard about. We already heard about zombies, but now there's a horde of zombies.
I understand
like
that.
something could be controlling those hordes. How does this
And
like?
I understand that, and I like it. Like I have no problem with it.
I don't know why that jumps the shark. Though.
I
That
thought it
doesn't
was
make
awesome.
sense
I
to
was
me.
like, "Oh, this is awesome!" I don't know. My uncle was just like, "A zombies jump the shark for me." But see, the point is, like, you think that like zombies from episode 1, it was zombies. No, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean no.
what else would you call them?
They're White Walkers.
Yeah,
I just thought there was
they
some.
don't even
Right?
call,
I just thought there was some creature.
Yeah.
in The
I just-
Walking Dead, they don't even call them zombies. They call them walkers. It's just another name, but it's the same principles.
That's fine. That's fine. But you don't see them. If the first episode some zombies walked out, I'd be like, "Am I fucking walking The Walking Dead?" No, I didn't think that.
The one guy shows up and there's a bunch of dead bodies on the ground, and then he comes back and they're gone. And then you see a girl standing there with like blue eyes, just looking at him.
Yeah, but it was blue eyes coming out
I'm
of the
sorry.
black
I'm sorry.
shadow.
No. Listen. You know what? I'm
But
gonna.
we'll stay there.
No. I'm gonna go and ask every single person that has watched this show that hasn't read the book what they think. Because I think you already knew.
No, they never use the term zombies. Like even now, I don't know what is controlling these things. They're still. I don't know why they even
but they
exist.
have zombie principles, and within the book when you were
No, they
reading
don't
it,
have zombie principles because they keep going if you take off their head. They keep going if you cut off their arm.
Okay,
Their
please
arm
stop
keeps
that.
going.
Please stop that.
What?
You're spoiling things.
No, we've seen these things happen in the show. We've seen pieces of them walk after people.
When?
When the thing went after Jorah, we saw this happen, and fire is the only thing that can kill them. And the stone blades. Sam tells you about this.
Yeah, I remember them being killed by the fire. Why don't I remember? Okay. Well, anyway, point is that I just like now I know they're zombies or some kind of,
They're, for all intents and purposes, they're zombies. Like Resident Evil always try to say they're not zombies in Resident Evil. They're zombies. All right.
I agree with that. And I agree these are zombies. And I won't argue that. The point, I don't think there was hints. And there were hints. And I won't tell you there
Dude,
aren't
most
hints.
television watchers are idiots, so I don't really care what other television
But it
watchers.
wasn't obvious. Like they made it out to seem like it's some kind of creature. I thought they were monsters.
All right.
Not only that,
I'm not
not
going
only
to agree with you.
No,
I'm never going to agree with you, so don't try to convince
that's fine.
me.
That's fine. But
All right, we get it.
not only because not
Let's
only
talk
that.
about-
What about the leader, the dude on the horse? That is not a fucking zombie because that's not a person.
Why is it not a zombie? It doesn't have its own.
That's not
Its
a
own
That's
thought.
not a person. That is
The horse is a zombie.
the horse is not the thing on it. That is a monster. That is a creature.
That looks like a person. It's got a face and eyes.
Do you
It
think
looks
that
like
thing was a person?
It lifted up a spear. and
Hells no.
pointed
That
at
thing
him.
looked like a yeti or something.
If I would say he's more zombie.
He
but
lifted up a spear.
I would
and
just-
pointed
I was
at them
just
and
saying,
yelled.
up
What
to-
the dude on the horse?
Yeah, I would say he looks.
That's
like
fine
a
if he's but he's not a human.
No, he's not human.
What do you people think humans look like if they were left out in the snow and froze? If humans were frozen, left out in the snow, and they had long hair, they'd look like that guy. All right.
Okay.
What are we talking about next, though? Mad Riders.
Yeah, Mad Riders.
We all played Mad Riders.
Yeah.
$10 in Xbox Live Arcade, which is a pretty good deal. But I like the sense of speed in the game. That's one of the best parts. But
I do have to say though, it's very tough going because I played a lot of trials this week. By the way,
going from one to the other.
you guys have to go back and take out some scores.
In trials,
Yeah.
I'm never going to beat those, man.
Never.
I suck at that game.
Yeah, you do.
Trials, yeah, you do. Trials, awesome though.
And so it's tough going from trials to Mad Riders because the control's so different.
Yeah,
But I mean, they're completely different games.
I agree.
One's like almost like it feels
like when
like
when I first went to Mad Riders, I fucking just like biffed it right into the wall. Like,
dude, I had so much troubles with Mad Riders at first.
yeah, it took me like
the weirdest thing is when you go off the jump and then you can like steer yourself in the air. That's the weirdest thing to get used to.
I don't find that weird. At
That was
all.
not the weirdest thing because
Yeah,
like
I
I
had
didn't
no problem with that.
no, because-
whatsoever.
yeah.
I was like, thank God that's in there.
Yeah, because that was
It
like
is
my first.
super helpful.
Because that was like my first. It was like my first instinct was to move myself when I was in air. It was just like an instinct. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little surprised though. Like the first race, I'm like, oh, why can't I like do any tricks?
My biggest problem
Oh, yeah,
is it's
the A
so
button is the
fast and
hardest thing.
turns come up like a beast. And then not only does the turn come up, but a turn will come up, and all of a sudden that turn will lead into like a jump, like half turn. You can turn or take the
that's
jump.
worst part.
Yeah,
And then it's like, which way should I
So-
And
go?
you're like, oh, and you like hit like half the jump and crash in the wall, and you're like, motherfucker.
That's the worst part. If you could like bounce off the wall and keep going, it'd be fine. But when you
Instead
go
of
off the huge
respawning.
jumps, you just like bounce off the side. It's like Mad Riders.
You know what they should do? They should have done is allow me if I look and I'm like I haven't fallen into water, but just or I'm gonna hit a wall. If I'm aiming at the wall and I'm like I'm gonna nail this wall and I'm gonna have to respawn, I should be able to just hit like the B button or the back button and just respawn and not waste that time hitting that wall.
it does give it to you a little bit before you hit the wall.
No,
Yeah, it pops up on the screen. Says
The
hit the
B.
B button. Or maybe it's after you hit it and it didn't.
It's usually after you,
I
like
remember
right around when you
the
hit
B
it.
button shows up, and then like.
But it was never early. I'm
anyways.
saying it's not early enough because it's either
it
it's
might-
like
it
it's
might
almost
sh-
like right at the point of impact.
it might show up after you
I
hit
think
it,
there's a
but
reset button.
but it's
though,
not
like
bad
reset
enough
on
that
the
it
track.
needs to reset you. But you can reset if you wanted to. Maybe that was it.
I think there's actually a reset button.
Is there? I don't know. I think I.
No, because there's a few times where I've gotten stuck. Like somehow went off the jump and went on like a side, and I was just sitting there kind of stuck. Like I couldn't do anything. And
You
I, like,
broke
hit
the
back-
geometry of the game.
Yeah, that actually
Sort of.
happens a lot. In
That
this
happened to
game.
you too?
Yeah, like I've
Sort of.
hit,
So,
I've
like-
landed on certain spots, and you're like stuck, and you can't. like,
Really?
move.
I've
Yeah.
never had that happen to me.
Oh. Well,
It's because you're
Consider
probably
yourself
good at
lucky.
the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't typically have a lot of issues.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna play you then.
Come on.
We've already decided that I'm not gonna play you because
Why?
I don't feel like losing to you.
It probably would be. You probably be a slaughter.
why not? The
Why?
The only time I get fucked up is like when the track wise. That's the only time I get fucked up.
When the what?
widens?
No, when it goes to you have a choice to go in either way.
Oh! It gives you the split. The
yeah,
track split.
that's
Yeah.
almost the
Well-
only time I get
I
messed
love
Well-
up.
the secret passage though. It's so much like Hydro Thunder, where you can
Oh, yeah.
like build them up and use Y, and then go
I love
through the
that.
tunnel.
I actually love that aspect of it. That it's not just
Yeah, but
like
the thing with that's really cool too. If you hit it really early, the rest of the riders, if you're in a pack, will go through there with you. So you have to like just aim straight at the wall and hit it like really late.
Yeah.
So everyone else made that turn already while you can go straight.
dude, I'm glad you have that kind of time to like be like I can wait till the last second. No, I have to hit it like once I see it because usually when I'm seeing it, I'm right there.
There's a couple times.
Really,
when-
I have tons of time.
There's a couple.
God,
there's
you're
one
probably good at
track
this game, I
though
can't stand
that the ground just drops, and you have to hit it before you get there. Otherwise, 'cause
yeah,
it's
those
right around the corner.
those ones I can't get.
Have we said that this is an ATV game? Have we gone over this?
Yeah. All right. It's a racing game. You're in an ATV, and it's very arcadey.
Off-road, yeah,
you do tricks.
arcadey off-road racing. Do you when you take turns? Do you use the left trigger? How do you take turns?
It's the only way to do it.
What with the brake?
Yeah.
I never use it.
Okay.
Really? You
Just
don't
making
use
sure.
the brake at all?
Never.
Just making sure.
Dude, I'd go into the wall too much if I don't
No.
use the brake.
I gotta
All-
figure because
all-
if I'm gonna race you at any point, I gotta figure out
Do
how
you-
you
do-
do it.
do you
no,
do?
I don't. No, I don't.
Because if you go in really hard, it just swings out and you start to drift the corner. I forget what they
Yeah.
call it. They have.
Something weird. Yeah.
No, but dude, when you're
'Cause
going
you're
into a
getting-
corner with the speed burst type thing,
I
like
never go
the-
into the corner with the speed burst.
Oh.
why would you do that?
Dude, I just hold the thing down whenever I build up a lot, and I just
Oh,
keep
you're
it
an
going.
idiot.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
dude,
That's
I-
just
dude,
easier
you're
when he
so
first gets it.
bad.
Yeah, it's
no,
awful.
no, I build it up. I keep it going for at least like 10 minutes.
Doesn't
10
matter. I
seconds
use
or
mine.
whatever.
I use mine sparingly. I learn when and how to use it. You know what I mean?
I
pick my spots.
I more or less I like
I
I,
use
sa-
it like
I save it for the first lap. So like once I can hit it here, here, and here. But then the second lap I use it in those spots.
I mean, I use it once. I use it sparingly sometimes, but a lot of the time in that
I
game,
use it for jumps.
I am just using it, holding it down.
Use it on the jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing with this game is when you hit a jump, you have to hold down on the. If you hold down on the left stick,
You hold back.
you
on the
hold
left-
back on the
yeah.
left stick.
Well, not the button back, but you're holding the trigger back.
You're holding back on the left stick.
No, if you say back, it could be the back button. You're holding. You're holding
The
the,
back
trigger back.
button is not on the left stick. So if anyone thinks that,
Yeah,
they're
you
slow.
didn't say stick though,
He did.
did he?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking button. The back button. It's the weirdest thing. That's why
It
I'm
is
always
the
thinking
weirdest
about
thing. It should just be select. Just be normal and call it select.
It's copyrighted.
So the thing
Is
is,
it how is it copyrighted?
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
Oh, this is a bad
so
joke.
what?
Just because you didn't get it doesn't mean
What
it's a
what
bad
part
joke.
of it is copyrighted? Is that funny?
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I don't understand why that's a joke.
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
It was a joke
You know
to
what?
me.
They should just bring back the black and white buttons. No, don't fucking do that, please, God.
Yeah, shoulder buttons.
Don't do that. That was
Okay,
the
what do you
worst thing.
want? We get it. What do
Okay,
you
so
say?
you're holding back on the left stick to get more air, or you can go front if you want to get less air, depending on the jump and what you want to do. My thing is, I don't get close to the air that the other people do unless I use the boost. I don't know about either of you guys and how well that holding
It
back.
depends on the turn, you know. Some of those ones where it's right around the turn, it's tough to like orient yourself in the direction you need to go, and then.
Oh, well,
also
yeah,
pull
no,
back.
I understand the problem with not going in the right direction. But even if I have a straight on
no,
one, I
that-
usually do have some problems with getting as much
really?
air as everyone else.
Yeah, when it's straight on, I usually just I go sailing.
I'm assuming like the other players are using the boost at the same time.
It's CPU, so I don't know how often they use boost.
Yeah. Do Do
I
you,
boost off every jump though.
You only boost off jumps
No.
for the most part.
Depending on the track, like if there's that one track that you go way downhill, and you go on this big hill, and
Yeah.
I boost up that entire
There's one
hill.
where you have to. It's not even really a jump, but you have to go over like a brick wall somewhere.
Is it like water? There's like kind of a river and then brick wall.
No, it's like there's like 3 different ways you can take it. You can just go straight, go off it, and then stay to the left, and you go off a jump, or you can hit it, land on a wall, jump through part of the wall, pick up some the speed boost, and then you keep going through that. But if you don't hit it on the track, there's 45 tracks too, which is a lot. But if you don't hit that right, you
It's not that many.
You just crash in the wall.
I did them all.
for a 10.
You beat the game.
I don't know, is that beating it?
For a 10-minute game. You got all
Did you do all the
45 tracks.
we
Nah, just kidding. I did them all.
Because there's like 5 tournaments that you have to go through and do it.
There's more than 5, isn't there?
No, it was more than 5.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
definitely.
10. I
Yeah,
don't know.
10.
I
10
forget what it
sounds
was.
So
How many tournaments did you guys do?
on the 4th one, I think.
I'm on the 2nd.
Oh, you're further ahead of me.
Okay. So
Do you got gold in all of them though?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
you guys are better than me.
why you have gold in all of them?
Oh, yeah, but
I got 2.
That's-
I got 2 stars on most of them, and then a couple ones. But I got 2 on all of them.
you're so bad.
Yeah, I got.
I'm in.
Oh,
I'm in-
actually, I think there was ended up being one where I got. No, I went back and beat it.
No, I'm impressed by you got all gold.
Why?
I don't know. Just based on. I'm gonna go back to
Do
trials.
you have all 1 stars?
Oh yeah.
I mean 3 stars. You had 3.
Yeah, I got. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go back to trials first, just a quick second, because I played a lot of that this week. I was always going against trying to beat your time,
Yeah.
and like so.
There's 1 or 2 races where you're trying to beat Rogue Bombers. Ain't Danny, it's Sandy.
Yeah,
but,
it's Sandy, but for the most part, I was going all against you.
right.
And then so I would just whip the shit out of your time, but then I look at you had like you did like 2 faults. I was like, what the fuck? I got no faults on any of mine except for one of them. I couldn't do it without faulting. That fucking Diablo one, not the Diablo one.
What? No, what? Dude, I have golds on everything. Like, you went back last time I looked, I had beat you and everything, and to beat you and everything, I had to get golds.
I'm just talking in that. Yeah, but you can still you can beat my time and fault.
I wasn't beating your time. I was trying to beat. I could beat your time. If I beat your time in fault, I'm still below you on the leaderboard.
There was a few of them though that you had like 2 faults. I was like, this cheating bastard. This kid over here has got like fucking 15.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah.
All right, back to Mad Rider.
Mad
Sorry.
Racers. So
Dude,
did
I
you
just
guys?
restart real quick. I'm about to die restart.
I like how you gave
restart.
I like how you gave up on the super long track though.
That one
Yeah.
is awful. Dude, I
Did-
did that in literally 15 minutes, and I still was stuck on this one spot.
What's
You
super
you
long
played it
track?
for 28 minutes.
What's super long track?
There's one at like you know how you look at the board where you pick the different races?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the very last one where the 2 rows meet.
Okay.
And you scroll, it's the very last track. It's like the
The high
quant.
scores are like 7 minutes or something on it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's fast.
yeah,
Danny had 96 faults in 28 minutes for that track.
yeah.
Is it medium or is it hard?
It's hard.
It's hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, some of the
Actually,
save
that might
points
be
on that
medium.
game are hard.
Yeah, they're pretty
on
far,
that track.
I guess.
Dude, I think my new thing is going to be trying to unlock that last bike. It's got to
I
be a
don't-
fucking bitch.
I don't like that second to last bike that much.
I like it for hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like it on the easy tracks. That's fun. Just get
I feel like
No,
Major,
I hate that.
just go
If
everything.
I'm doing anything but hard, I'm using the 450, the Phoenix
Yeah.
450. But if I'm doing hard, I'm using that bike because that bike is better for those. Because those tracks, they aren't about speed; they're about like almost climbing.
See, I think what happened is you got that bike before me. Before I was using the 450 because I was going off like so many jumps. I'm like, how the hell is he getting so much height off of these jumps?
Yeah.
And I think that's why, because you're using that bike.
No, I didn't. I don't like that bike.
Yeah, on the hard tracks.
On hard tracks.
Yeah, I was
not in
using-
any medium
Okay,
or easy.
okay.
Anyway,
Let's
yeah.
move on.
Mad Racers quickly. Has anyone
Mad
played
Riders.
Mad Riders? Has anyone played the arena track?
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Like I've got turned around so many times.
Oh
that-
my god.
Is that when you got to do the checkpoints?
Yeah, and it's just like
the first time I did, the first time I did it, I got turned around so bad I ended up in 9th place, lost all like the whole thing. Then the second time I did it, I knew.
type thing.
The second time I did it, I remember where I screwed up and came in first pretty handedly.
Yeah,
I
to
screw
do-
up on the same spot.
I had to do it twice because I messed up pretty early the first one, and then the second one, there's like you could go through a checkpoint and you got to make an instant left turn, and I'm like I missed that because I went up.
And
the
it was
other
was it
side.
the one that was way up high
yeah,
too? Yeah, I know.
that's-
'Cause that was the one I screwed up on. I was like,
that's-
holy fuck!
I didn't
Me
see
too.
I didn't see the
Because all of a sudden I started going. I'm like, where'd it go? And
We're talking about the rally level, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
same thing, same spot.
You know what I ended up doing is I stayed in second place until like the last one.
Just follow the guy.
Yeah, because I didn't want.
And then you just hit your boost.
I don't even think I hit my boost. I said enough speed. I was already passing them as we're coming
Guys
up.
don't boost a lot.
No.
we,
All I do, man.
No, we
The
just
sense of speed, man.
You're boosting into the freaking corners.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
does.
like
It
I'm
takes
going so
longer to
fast.
reset.
I feel like I'm
You're
going
gonna
so
lose,
fast,
though.
man.
Like,
I don't care.
all right,
I just
well-
want to feel the speed, man.
No, we'll have to have a race, and then we'll see.
The only way I do it is virtually. That's the only time
That's
I get
it.
speed.
We'll all get online this week and see who rules all.
Well, it's between me and you.
I'm just using speed boost, whatever.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Do me a favor. Call up Sandy. Have him come over and play
Speed
for you.
boost.
That'd be the only
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. Will you call up Sandy? Have him come over and play for you.
Sure.
So that way we have a competition.
All right, so yeah, Mad Riders, fun.
Fun.
Or
what's
we can
the-
play before the podcast.
What's the
Sunday.
Attic podcast
Huh?
rating? What's the Attic podcast rating?
I'm not in love with it, dude.
You
I'm
don't-
not either. I actually
do you-
quit it and went
do you
back to
feel
Sonic.
able to review it yet?
Huh?
Are you able to review it yet?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, what do you Attic podcast scale? What do we get?
I'd probably give it a 4.
4 out of 7. You suck. Jeez.
I'm
It's
going
$10.
for $10 as a $10 game.
All right, maybe I'll give it a 5.
I'm giving it a 6 as a $10 game.
I'm
Oh,
giving it-
whoa,
I'm
that's
giving it a
high.
5.
Xbox Live
No,
Arcade,
six, that's a good
$10
deal.
game, it's 6. If you're just saying as a game and you take out the money and you take out that it's not Xbox Live
Yeah,
Arcade,
it's got problems.
it's probably like a 4,
Yeah, all right. So that's what I was doing.
right?
For a $10 game, that is definitely a 5.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a
yeah,
5.
just a straight up game.
But if you just base it upon any game in general, it's a 4.
yeah, because it does have technical problems. That,
You go Assassin's Creed 2 is a game. That's like a
See,
a
'cause,
6.
I mean, I don't know how you
Mad
guys.
Riders is a game. That's definitely not a 6. It's a 4. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, do you guys customize your character or your?
yeah.
I don't care about that.
I use really outlandish colors like neon orange. And
See
stuff.
that like
yeah.
I don't customize. I just use the default ones.
Yeah, I don't.
color wise.
Yeah, I changed my character.
Yes, so-
I scrolled through it the first time just to do it, and I've never done it again.
I would do it again. There's
Why?
totally a zombie or mummy costume that's all I use now.
Oh, really? I mean, it just doesn't interest me. The as a racer, that doesn't like.
That's the
ooh.
only thing I did in Forza Motorsport was do. The,
Yeah, see, that does not interest me one bit in Forza. Like
Really?
how you guys made the dick car. Yeah, it was funny and whatnot.
That's
but
surprising because like
this body.
Mad Riders, it's just like here. If you really want to, it's in there. It doesn't really matter. Like
It's just colors.
it's just
you know?
in there to be in there. But I
Yeah.
think Forza actually like takes time to make it so you can make a nice
Forza's awesome.
yeah. Forza when they're creating the game takes time to make.
Yeah,
part
but
of their
it
thing.
just
I
doesn't.
mean, that's a big part of the game for some people. Not a big part of it, but it's part of the game
Yeah,
for
for
a
some
lot of people.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, some people that's all they fucking do, and then they sell their design.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm all down for like, I don't know, just in games, it just doesn't impress me. That's not
You don't
something.
like customizing your characters.
No, not really.
You don't like,
It's just not.
dude. When you spend like a half hour on a guy in Fallout 3 or Oblivion and you never see the character, you know you have a problem, and that's what I do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like in Skyrim, spend a bunch of
Yeah.
time creating my character.
I mean, I scrolled through because I heard you guys talk about it before I got Skyrim, and I just picked one. I was like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
I don't. It just doesn't interest me. I don't know why.
You're not creative enough, dude.
You're not girly enough for it. You don't want to accessorize,
Right? I love it.
Did you
But
not
see, it's
have
different.
GI Joes?
See, but it's
Did you not
different.
have GI
It's
Joes?
different
man?
though. Like, I mean, if we go back to cars, like I love customizing like the engine and stuff. It's just the paint
I
job.
don't care about that.
The paint job, like other than like the sole, just the base color of the car, I don't care. Like maybe if it's some awful color, I would change just the whole color. But like customizing like little things, like do shading and shit, I'm like, fuck that.
Did you ever have GI Joes
fu-
though?
Yeah, I love them.
You didn't mess with their outfits, you know.
All I have is a little green plastic.
Yeah,
bag.
those
Those things.
That's what I thought you meant.
original GI Joe
Oh, no,
doll.
like the
Dude,
eight-
you just
the-
popped
yeah.
hardcore.
I like the 8-inch figures.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
No, not
From Toy
those.
Story.
The 8-inch figures. Oh no, those are army men. Those aren't GI Joe. GI
All right,
Joes.
all right, I
they
had
have-
army.
Yeah, I
man.
had army
All right.
men.
GI Joes have the rubber band in them in the middle.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
I never
you
had
weave this
those.
Thing around.
Never,
You guys never existed. Jeez.
never had them.
GI Joe's rule.
G.I. Jacques.
Dude, I had an awesome Storm Shadow.
G.I.
He was
Jock.
awesome.
Come on, that 70s show when Seth Green was on it and they were supposed to fight at the school. It's like, all right,
I don't
Foreman,
remember
listen.
that one.
He's like, if you don't fight me, I'll give you a G.I. Joe. Psh, I already have it. He's like, what about the French version? G.I.
Oh, you know
Jacques.
what? Now I
Did you
know.
know Seth Green actually collects toys?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Him and
Seth
his
Green-
wife do too.
Seth Green's all sorts of awesome, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a
Yeah.
big
It's
Seth
okay.
Green
It's
fan.
okay for him to collect toys, but hey, I collect toys.
It's because
like,
your room
oh,
looks like a fucking scene from the Hoarders.
You know what? If you
Yeah, it
went in,
does.
his shit would be like probably somewhat neat.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know, he probably has like a room like the
And I
size
know
of
you're
this
like,
attic.
I have bookshelves, dude. If you had a
I've
room
got
the size of this
bookshelves.
attic and you had bookshelves over here and then the rest of your room over here, fine. I would go in your room and I'd spend all day reading comic books and just sitting in front of the books. I think it was the coolest room ever, Dan.
Yeah.
It would be
I
great
would
to
agree.
have a chair in front of that bookshelf.
I'm telling
But
you,
there's no room for
no,
a chair.
Danny, I'm telling you right now. If
There's
you
no room to walk.
I know. You walk to the bed and then there's bookshelves.
we make
around
fun
it.
of you for it, but it's not really because of the comic books. It could be like a porn movie.
Dude, it's out there. But no, you make fun of someone who has that much porn.
Yeah, I
you'll,
would.
you'll be
Okay,
like
it could be-
Paul Rudd and 40-year-old
it could be-
virgin, just like it's not mine.
You could be
He's got a problem.
You could be a regular old fucking movies, just the best movies in the world. And that's like, dude, like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah, check out those Blu-rays. There.
All right, we're gonna move along here.
no, dude, they
All right.
need VHS tapes or maybe some Betamax.
We're running
All
out of
right, so
time.
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Laserdisc.
Snow
Kimball,
White and the
you saw
Huntsman.
it. What'd you think? All right, Snow White. We all know what the story is, right?
I just like how it's a very dark story.
Snow White.
Dude, Snow White is a dark story.
She like the chick with like the.
All right,
There's some
your
midgets
jo-
or something.
Your
Sorry,
joke
yeah.
sucks. Nick Frost was a midget. Weird. I mean, a dwarf. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
they
forgot
took
the story.
they took actual dwarfs actors. They took their jobs.
wait,
I
they
like
didn't
that.
give the job to
No,
Peter
no.
Dinklage or
No, they have Toby Jones.
the other dude. Who's the other
Ray
dude?
Winstone. Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking Wicket, dude.
Oh, Vern Troyer is the other guy, and then I don't know.
Who
guy
the fuck
from
is
Wicked.
Wicket?
I don't know. That
Oh,
guy.
What was that guy's name?
What are you talking
The
about?
the short guy. What's his name?
Life
Oh,
is
the short guy.
Life is short. He played Wicket, dude.
In what movie?
Star Wars.
What the fuck?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
He's one of the
He's an Ewok.
Yeah, I like.
and he was in Willow.
I like Star Trek
Warren
better.
Davis.
Charlie hit the table. We lost it. Now we're back.
Okay, so Snow White and the Huntsman. Kimball, what'd you think?
It was okay. I didn't.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, and it doesn't really rock the boat at all. It
They say-
exists.
It was a little bit long.
It doesn't reinvent the wheel because that's what I saw from the. I didn't see it, so but that's what I saw from the commercials was that it reinvented the wheel. You know what I mean? It
It
looked
d-
like
Oh,
completely reimagining, like
No.
something new and different.
No, it kind of. The only thing they add is that they put Snow White in armor at the end. That's really it's still pretty faithful to the story.
Of Snow White.
Yeah, except the huntsman just lets her go in Snow White, but in this one,
Wait a minute. I'm talking about like the Disney Snow White here.
yeah, there's Snow White. That's what happens in Snow White.
What?
In the Disney movie?
Yeah, there's the thing with an apple. She goes to sleep. A prince shows up and helps her. And then in the Disney movie, the huntsman is sent out to go kill her, but he's like, "Oh, I won't kill you." And then he gives the queen a pig heart. There's no pig heart in this one. He just joins side with her.
Whoa, that's not the Disney story I know.
What are you talking about? You guys don't remember the pig heart in the Disney movie? You
No.
guys-
No,
I do,
you guys need to
do.
watch that again.
I do. No, I
That's
do.
dark, man.
But I don't remember all those battles and that whatever she turned into that whole.
Yeah, that stuff's added, but they just added a battle scene at the end. Big whoop.
See, I kind of went into this like not remembering a lot of the original Snow White.
Dude, it's just Snow White. Whatever. She falls asleep when she bites a rotten apple. Yeah, blah, blah.
How was the
Sounds fine.
acting though?
Oh, I like Chris Hemsworth. He was good. The writing kind of sucked in the show and this movie.
That was Chris. That was Liam,
No, it's Chris Hemsworth. Shut up. It's Thor. Thor is the huntsman.
right? Isn't he Liam Hemsworth?
No, Liam Hemsworth's the guy in the Hunger Games.
Oh, it's his little. Oh, okay. So it is. I knew it was
Alright.
the older brother.
But-
So I'm sorry. Continue.
But this movie makes absolutely, completely no sense with the three sort of love triangle that's going on between the huntsman, sort of, because his kiss is the one that wakes her up. So is he her true love? And then they don't acknowledge that at the end of the movie. Who's like actually loves him? Because there's this kid who's like the son of a duke who they've been together for a while, and like they've been fighting against the evil queen Charlize Theron, who's very campy in this, and it's kind of sinister. She goes all out. I'll give her that, but she's okay. She's good in it. She's the most exciting part of it. And then she's got the weird brother too, who just shows up.
Yeah, he is weird.
There's so many good ideas possible in here, but they just throw them in, and it makes no sense. Like, because they just end up fighting her and they win, but then they don't really resolve like how her character deals with the huntsman and then this other guy who helps her out, who's like the Duke's son, who's like, who did she really love? I don't know. Is there happily ever after? I don't really know. It just kind of ends.
Yeah, it does just kind of end, which I wasn't disappointed for. Just didn't.
Oh, really? So it felt really long to you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I felt like it ended quickly. When I got out of it, it was I went and saw it at 9:35, and then
that's when I saw it.
forever. So I got out at like 12. It was like, oh, it was like 11:04. I was like, wow, that wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be. I got out.
What day
pretty
did
quick.
you go?
Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Monday night. Last night. Oh no, we're giving too much away.
Yeah, we a lot of things happened and we didn't record Sunday, so we are now recording on a Tuesday.
Don't give it away.
I think it's gonna be obvious the fact that we talked about last week's Game of Thrones.
Right, that's why I'm.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, just story wise, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and the action is passable. It's workmanlike, the action.
Yeah.
But it's not really that interesting, really. I mean, I enjoy it just for the fancy swords and knights fighting, and then there's some cool stuff with like
the dwarfs are
the
awesome though.
I couldn't understand the dwarves a lot of the time though. Like they had just like, I don't know, for some reason you couldn't really hear
I
them
didn't
that
have
well.
that. I didn't have that issue at
Oh,
all.
really? They didn't really say a lot that was interesting.
I don't know.
either.
I liked them though. I just like little people, I guess.
That sounded really creepy. But yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity though of really reinventing like Snow White.
Yeah.
But I do like the various homages they have to the actual fairy tale, like with the rotten apple and stuff.
Yeah, they
and
did.
then-
I mean, after seeing it, a lot of it came back to me, and they did follow it fairly well.
Yeah, I mean they added more epic battle stuff, and they made like Snow White almost like a Jesus-like figure too. She has
I
got
don't know.
like dominion over creatures and stuff. Which
What
is
was
weird.
she to the queen?
Well, what happens is, all right, so Snow White exists with her dad, and then like their mother dies, so then the father's all distraught, and like these evil soldiers show up and they fight them, and then they find this like locked carriage, and Charlize Theron's in it, and she's actually bad, and then they end up getting married, and then she takes her heart, and then he dies, and then she's queen now, so then she locks up Snow White, and then like pretty much she'll live forever if she eats Snow White's heart, so that's why she's trying to get it, because
Yeah,
Snow
'cause-
White's so fair and whatever.
Oh,
They-
okay.
They keep describing Snow White as like being this perfect, like almost like virginal person, and it's weird too, because like everything's going fine, and then like she succumbs to temptation and like kisses who she thinks is this boy she's known, but it turns out it's the queen, and then she gives him the rotten apple. So it's kind of like a weird parable about Christianity
think it-
throughout the whole thing. It's weird.
Because you knew the story better than me. Did you know that was not? You knew that was the queen, right?
Oh no, that's completely out of the
Yeah,
story.
that's not part of the story. Sorry.
Like they're in the story, the queen is dressed up as some old lady and just
Mhm.
gives her the apple. But I mean, she still eats the apple type thing happens. But yeah, I had no idea. I actually thought that guy was actually evil. So
Oh, you did. Hey, See,
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was looking all sinister, and you're like, oh, there's another weird thing. So the queen's brother is hunting Snow White. So the duke's son goes out to find Snow White after she's been gone for a while, and he joins up with the brother, and he's just like, hey, you guys need an archer? And the brother's like, we already have an archer. So then the kid shoots the archer, and then they're like, all right, you're our archer now, come along.
Why
And
were you
then he
weirded
just-
out by that?
What, they're not like,
Who are you? Why are you joining our squad? We're not going to find out why you want to help us.
I
We're
wasn't
just gonna-
weirded out by that. I think
Really,
he-
that completely broke the entire movie for us.
Oh,
Like,
man.
this is completely retarded that you just pick up this random guy who killed your archer.
Well, I think they picked him up because clearly he proved himself by killing that.
But
other.
why does he want to join them? It doesn't make any sense. They don't even ask him
Why?
about who he is at all or what's he about.
They're like, they're better people because they're like from the castle or whatever.
yeah,
They're not
so
like
he
from
wants to rise up and
the, yeah,
be
that's
thought, well,
it.
yeah.
Seemed perfectly normal to me.
Yeah, but they don't even ask him
Dude,
to
it's
join.
fucking
It's just
medieval
like-
times, man.
No, people
didn't ask
yes,
questions
they do.
then.
People don't just be like, "Oh, you're a better archer. You just want to be
Right.
fed
That's
better.
it.
Come with
That's
us."
it, man.
No, it
looking
was
for some
It was
food.
retarded. It made no sense.
The
And-
movie wasn't great.
yeah, mediocre.
What would you
at
give
a
it?
Podcast scale. You go first.
This one's definitely 4.
4. I wanted to go 5. I hate this scale. It's a 3 out of 5-star movie, but I'm going 5 out of 7, whatever that means. Our scale is stupid. I'm just throwing it out
We
there.
had to be different, Danny.
Yeah, that's why we're 7-star. So 5 out of 7. I mean, it's never boring to me. So that's that. But it doesn't wow me either. So that is that. But
I mean, a 4.
I could tell you were bored.
I
Pardon me.
wasn't bored. It's just like,
I like the big deer that showed up. What do they call those? The stag that shows up and he's like king of the forest and he gets shot and then he
Oh yeah, that
He
that
turns
was
into
that was really
birds.
cool. That was a neat scene. That was a really neat scene. It was
And then
butterflies.
there's a
It turned into
moss.
butterflies.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then there's a bunch of fairy nymphs like
yeah,
hopping around
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
That was cool.
yeah.
They look cool.
That was a
I
cool
like
scene.
nymphs.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah.
No, I give it a
so
full-
so there was still a lot of like fairy tale aspects to it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
a fairy tale.
yeah.
And then there's these crazy like water people who have to slice their faces so they're not fair anymore. So the queen won't eat them. Well, not eat them, suck their life force out.
So they cut their face because
Yeah, because now they're scarred, so they're not fair looking anymore. So the queen won't get as much energy from
really.
ugly girls. There's a weird thing about it's supposed to be pro feminism towards Kristen Stewart. You know, she's in armor fighting. She doesn't really fight that much in the armor though.
No. And she sucks when she
And
did.
then the whole thing is about women being judged for their beauty throughout the entire show. So it's not necessarily pro feminist what it's trying to do. So it's just weird. It was a weird mistake. It's kind of like Sucker Punch. It's just weird. Except Sucker Punch is dreadful and just makes you want to kill yourself while watching it because it's one of the worst movies ever made. Well, this is just passable and it doesn't anger you or make you happy either. It's just there. It exists.
Mhm.
But if you like fantasy, you'll like it. But
I
you won't
don't
love it.
know. You think it's average? I think
Yeah, average.
4.
But it's fantasy, so it gets 5.
All right,
Just because it's fantasy.
all right. Speaking of fantasy, want to talk Legend of Korra or Young Justice?
Young Justice, real quick. What do you think of Young Justice? So it's pretty much a Flash family story. What do you think about this?
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
Fun?
Yes, I thought it was very good. I was skeptical when he first showed up and stuff. He seemed like I was skeptical with
That he was who he said he was.
not. I was just it was just something about him I did not trust, which
Oh.
worked out at the end.
Well, yeah, he's talking fast all over the place and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the episode, you actually find out he came from the future, but the future is like apocalypse 40
Yeah.
years. So he came back to try to save the Flash so he wouldn't die and maybe save the future.
But when they flash forward, that guy who he's with was that
Neutron.
Neutron.
Yeah, was the villain.
So did he go back in time to save the world? Or, I mean,
Yeah, to save the future. Because Neutron, I guess, for these 40 years has just been laying waste to the world.
yeah.
And so he was in prison. So he wanted to, because the Flash apparently died in that scene where they were fighting Neutron. So they wanted to fix that. So they hoped by fixing that they would save the future, but it just makes Neutron not a bad guy, but it's still the apocalypse.
So you think the apocalypse is still gonna
Yeah, apparently. But Bart doesn't know about that because he's stuck in the past, so
right? So he thinks the future.
is fixed
Right.
or whatever. But he's stuck there anyway, so what does he care about the future?
Yeah, that's true.
So he doesn't really know what he can change.
How many years later did they say?
40 years later.
40?
Because he's the grandson of Barry Allen.
So you think that's all gonna tie in eventually? Because they skipped so many years from the first season to this
It's
season.
possible that they could talk about the future more, but I don't think it's that likely that we'll get more into the future unless they bring up some other guys coming back to our time period. But that's probably not going to happen.
Hmm.
But I think it's just an excuse to have a different Flash on the show.
You think he's gonna continue to play a role?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's stuck there. I mean, he's got the uniform, and then the current Kid Flash that was around, Wally West, he's kind of semi-retired to a degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, the last episode they just like the episode before where they're talking to Red Arrow, they're talking about how Kid Flash isn't Kid Flash anymore.
Yeah.
So it was weird for him to like come out of retirement and like fight, which was cool. I love the thing I always love about DC Comics is about how much it's characters with legacy. So it's like the Flash is the legacy of the old Flash, which was Jay Garrick, and then he's got his protege, and then we have the future Flash. So it's all about family and stuff and legacy, which is the coolest part of that episode to me. And Bart's funny too.
Yeah, he is funny.
Yeah. And then Beast Boy was funny with too, their interaction.
Yeah.
Like, because he gave out the best part about this episode. So he keeps giving things away. It's like, ooh, spoilers. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Like,
What was the word he kept saying too? Crash.
like,
or
crash.
Yeah.
You don't want to crash the mode, man. You're all mode here.
Yeah.
It's like weird slang that you don't really understand.
Do you think when like I don't know, what's the older Flash's name?
Jay Garrick, the one with the tin hat.
No, the next one.
Oh, Barry Allen.
Barry Allen, when he was running into Neutron there, when he got tripped. Do you think that was done on purpose?
Yeah, because I guess what I got out of that was that they're trying to stop Flash from dying in that situation. Like if Bart didn't come back in time, Flash might have died there.
Right.
And
Well, I
then-
think he would have.
Yeah,
The way they said it.
yeah. The way they set it up, yeah, he definitely wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
So they've altered the timeline, whatever that is. So weird. And then while that's going on, they find the clone of Red Arrow too.
It's kind of weird, like twist, like they're killing everyone in this like temple, and the baby's like giggling the whole
yeah.
time.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. The best part is like he's like, should I be unnerved that our daughter gets enjoyment out of violence? Which was funny.
How do you think that storyline's gonna play out?
I honestly have no idea what they're gonna do with that. Like, there's no like impetus behind the comics for what they're gonna do with 2 Red Arrows alive.
I didn't understand why she had a mask on.
I don't know either. She just likes
That's
wearing
not
a mask.
normal, or that
No, she always wears the mask, and that's just her look. But I guess she still wanted to keep her identity secret.
What special ability does she have?
Nothing. I
Nothing.
don't think she's a metahuman, so she's just good at martial arts, I guess.
So all in all, though, fantastic episode.
Yeah, enjoyable.
Yes.
But which brings us to Korra, which we're gonna
I
close out
just
on.
had sex.
So I don't know what that has to do with Korra. What'd you think of Korra?
I think it was better than Young Justice.
Oh yeah, dude. The best part is like it's pure Batman. They have like the Batmobile that they go around
Yeah.
town in, which was awesome.
It is a little sad though that you don't get more Naga, though.
Oh yeah, that was funny though. They all tried to go
Yeah.
around town on Naga, and then Naga just collapsed.
Yeah.
and pushes them off.
Though I'm not gonna lie, I love like that car and the style of it and the way it looks and
Yeah.
like
As soon as I saw the cars like racing through the city and them just going around like town in the cars, like Kimball's gonna love this.
yeah, I love that, and I love the way like a truck pulls out in front of them chasing, and like they earthbend a ramp, and then they earthbend like a track to make the corner.
yeah,
It's just I think that's fantastic.
yeah. And the whole chase was just awesome.
Yeah, it was an
Just-
awesome chase.
The action in the show is just.
I
the
don't
best.
trust her though. I don't trust her.
Yeah, because there's that one episode where Sami like sees Mako and Mako and Korra, and they're like in the back, like kind of flirting, not really, just joking.
Yeah,
around.
'cause, like-
and then she just looks in the mirror. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but see, like
frowns.
that scene there, like I feel like it was, it was justified based upon the girl at Air Temple Isle.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Iki.
Iki.
I don't know.
'Cause
I don't
she's
know the
like-
kids. I only know Milo, who is like, "You're a pretty lady.
Yeah, yeah.
See you later, pretty lady."
Sometimes I do get annoyed by like the like it's such a serious show, and like when
the anime thing happens, like they do like the anime face.
it's
type
on
thing.
the anime faces, I'm okay with that. I mean,
Yeah, that bothers me sometimes.
it depends on how often they do it.
Why? Anime faces never really bother me. Those weird,
Oh,
like, they're like,
Their
like,
eyes like
like when something
Yes,
stupid kind of happens,
yes.
they give that, like,
yeah.
like in Pokemon too. That's what I've never liked about anime at all. That's why I kind of
See,
steer away
it
from
doesn't
it a
bother
lot.
me at all in
That
Pokemon.
doesn't- that doesn't bother me. Those.
In
See,
this show, it's
I-
weird too because it's
but,
so
like-
it's so like realistic.
It's so
sort of
like it's so
style, and then
serious.
That breaks it up.
Yeah.
weirdly.
And then like I'm all fine with the little kid saying I like your hair or give me your hair or whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine. It doesn't bother.
The
but-
fart thing.
Yes, that bothered me.
I did too. that
That's
he was
such
like-
a juvenile thing.
Yeah. Well, there's the old Avatar show doesn't really do that, but there's things there sort of in that vein, like juvenile type things.
I mean, I'm okay with it in like certain aspects, but it's just some things like there's been like a few things that keep popping up that's like, oh yeah, this is on Nickelodeon.
Oh, this is on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Remind you- oh. I mean, the whole thing with the farting, that was the only thing that really struck me, and then the anime face.
I'll
thing.
point them out. There's been a few things, but I don't think I've ever said anything.
All right.
But I'll try it. No, but I think it was just a great episode though.
Yeah, and I like how I was listening to a Republic City Dispatch, a podcast about this, and they're talking about how kind of like Tarlock is sort of representing like fascism, and then I can't say his name at all. Amon.
Amen.
Amon. No, not Amon. Oh, I messed it up anyways. But
Yeah,
he's
now you
kind
got
of
me
he's
messing
sort of
up.
communist. In that
Do you
he's
think they're the
representing,
same? I like at the end of this episode, I'm like, could they be the same person?
I don't think they're the same guy.
'Cause,
Just
like,
for
I
how
had to-
mad Tarlock got when Korra said he was like Amon.
I think it's Amen.
I've ruined it for you now. Too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but that's why I don't think they're the same guy.
You don't think they
Yeah,
are?
they could be in cahoots, but I don't think they're the same guy.
If they're not the same guy, they're definitely in cahoots. And what's up with him being able to bloodbend?
Yeah. Well, you don't know about this from the other series, but you could only bloodbend at the full moon. So this is why it's such a weird, like, reality shattering thing is that he can bloodbend, which is cool.
You know what else I also thought?
Wait, blood bending? So,
Yeah,
like, people
so-
can bend
so you-
air and water and,
No,
like,
you
fire.
can bend water. So majority of your blood is water, substance. So you can like bend that in people's arms and cause them to do stuff and like hold them still and stuff.
Okay, so that's what blood bending would... Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to ask, because, like... Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when that can happen. Like you're completely at someone's mercy.
Yeah, I just the thing. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say now. I forget what I was gonna say.
Well, and then then Korra ends up fighting with Tarlock and stuff, and then Tarlock pretty much beats her with bloodbending.
Oh, that's
and
what I-
then,
now I
and
remember.
then sends her. Then now he's taking her out of the city. So I'm kind of excited for that, to get out of the city and see what life is like outside of the city.
Really, I'm not
hopefully.
excited for it. I love life in the city,
Yeah, you
City
love
life.
the crazy jazz, and,
nightlife, living.
cars rushing around.
Yeah, but when they did that battle, I thought it was interesting. Like they'd never shown her, like how she had like the little cuts and stuff on her.
Yeah.
they never shown her being beaten up
Yeah,
quite like that.
Yeah,
Which-
well, she's never really been beaten up. I mean, the one time she fought Amon, God, that's gonna ruin my life. The one time she fights him, she like gets knocked out really quick. So this is the first time we've really seen her like let loose. Like we've seen her fight in the arena, pro bending,
Yeah.
but she's never been have to fight for their life before.
And then another thing I didn't like, how when he first throws her into the paddy wagon there,
yeah,
and she's all tied up, and she like does the burst of fire.
yeah.
Why didn't she just burn the rope off or cut the rope with fire?
Was she tied by rope or was she tied by something else?
It was brown. I mean,
Metal.
brown like rope.
I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, oh God, she's captured. What's going on?
Oh, you're in a
Yeah.
frantic state. I just
Yeah.
that
It's exciting.
if she's being able to like fire bend, I think I would just fire bend and cut the rope.
Yeah, if it was rope, but it could have been metal.
It was brown though.
Hey, sandstone.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Hemp.
All right, so that's
Can I hemp
cartoon
bend?
meat.
That would be cool.
if you put a lot of water in the hemp. Yeah, because in the previous series there were swamp benders and they bended like algae. So this guy made a huge algae monster thing that.
Why does it have to be water? There's not just water benders. There's fire benders.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Make a fire creature? I
There's an
don't know.
air bender.
Yeah, but what else uses air?
What are you gonna make out of air?
The only other thing you could like go with for is like earth bending, because like stone.
That's what I'm saying. I want a hemp bend. That's my point. So I want to do something new and different.
No, but what?
It has to be classified under like one of the main.
I guess that would be earth bending. I guess I don't know.
It's hemp bending.
Tree bending.
And they don't.
Yeah, but hemp is a plant. All right, that
Plant bending. Bam. That's what I'm doing. Bending
Bam.
plants.
You
I'm just basically be poison ivy, okay? I'm just putting poison ivy.
I mean, I would agree with them. The only thing that breaks that like terminal, like the blood thing, I'm glad you explained it with the water, because I didn't quite understand
it's
it.
a watery substance.
Yeah, but like the thing that breaks that, I think, is the lightning bending and steel bending.
Well, lightning bending is just that's what is that? That's fire bending, and then steel bending is earth bending. But
why is that fire bending?
because it's fire,
No, it's electricity.
which is fiery. It's a head thing.
I don't think they're connected.
Yeah, whatever. Well, they are, because firebenders lightning bend. So there you go.
So I'm very excited though for the next week's episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be crazy.
So we'll see you. All right, so that's the end of the Attic Podcast. We'll see you next week for episode 50, where we're going to get in-depth on E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So a lot of video game talk next week.
Mm-hmm.
And Prometheus, which the kids will see.
Wait,
Well, that's out
What?
this Friday, right?
Yeah, Prometheus
What?
is out this weekend.
Friday?
I don't know. Yeah, it's out
Holy
Friday, but you can
shit.
see it. Yeah, I watched Aliens 1 and 2 for
I
this.
gotta find time to see this damn movie.
Yeah, I don't know if
All
I have
right.
time either.
But we'll see you for episode 50.
All right, we'll see you
Next
before the
week.
podcast, maybe Danny. Anyway, yeah, bye.
All right, bye.